Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, it's going to be a little bit of a different video today. I considered talking about what ridiculous thing Trump is saying, comparing Afghanistan to Dunkirk. Yeah, he's being dragged for that. Talking about Hannity or Fox News completely ignoring, going from Obama to Biden, but completely ignoring Trump's role in everything in Afghanistan. I was thinking about talking about that, but what I'm going to talk about is something personal. A lot of times you guys respond more to when I talk about personal things and ask your opinion related to you guys. Okay, what I want to talk about today. Is it cool for men to show emotions, for men to cry? Is it okay for a man to cry? That's my question for today. Let me put this in context. Okay, so I went to my ex-girlfriend's my best friend's wake. I went Tuesday night. I'll put it a little more in context. This is the first time I saw the family since she passed away. This is the first time I've even been around other people that were close to her. You know, my family knew her, but they weren't close. My sister texted her once in a while, was close to her on Facebook, but this is the first time I was in the presence. I was face to face with other people that were impacted hard. Okay. Now on the way there, it's been almost two weeks today since she passed away. On the way there, it's still bothering me. On the way there, I was composed. It was about a 40-minute ride. Once I got into the funeral home, and I went to sign my name in, I looked up and I saw a picture of her. I felt my lips start to quiver. It's like I saw. I saw a piece of me up on that wall, like a piece of my life that's gone. That's really how it felt to me. And I saw the woman there was older women in front of me, and I saw them turn around and look at me kind of, I guess it was a mix of compassion and pity. And then that's when I realized that I was actually making noises, like moaning. I was trying to stifle my emotions, and I think it was more of maybe a sigh, like I was trying to keep it in, and that's it. I didn't realize I was even making any noise. She was cremated, so there was no casket. So I went up to the family, and as soon as her mother was the first one in line, and I could feel my lip quivering more, and I just broke down, and I started tearing up, and I kind of lost it. Her mother gave me a big, long hug. She wouldn't let me go, and that felt so good. It was the first time that I got to interact, to hug somebody, to share this grief with, and it felt so good, man. I moved over to her father. Now, her father is a man's man, Republican, Trump supporter, Lithuanian. Man's man. Now, this is my interpretation. I shook his hand, and he gave me a very firm handshake. It felt like, this is just my interpretation, but it felt like, man up, Daryl. Come on, it felt like it was like, come on, hold it together, boy. That's the feeling I got from him, which is okay, which is what I expected. And I moved down the line. As soon as I saw her sister, we both broke down. And then her brother-in-law, and her niece and nephew. The whole time I was tearing up. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell. I wasn't really seeing other people. There was there was probably at least 80 people there, and the wake had just started a few minutes earlier, 5 p.m. And as far as I could tell, man, I was the only one that was kind of losing it. You got to put it in context, though. Like I said, I've noticed that since I've been in recovery, for 20, 25 years, I was using opiates and I was stifling all my emotions. I didn't feel anything, really. And I noticed that since I've been clean, when my emotions come out, they come out strong. They come out very, it's like I'm making up for lost time. I can be very, I could laugh hard, I could cry hard, I could get very angry. I got a lot of pent up emotion in me. But now as time goes on, a part of me almost feels not guilty, but the fact that I teared up in there. You got to remember too, I lost my father at 9, so I grew up with my mom, my sister. I grew up around women. Now, that's not to say I believe I grew up completely manly, but I think it was okay to show my emotions. I didn't have a manly influence trying to stifle that, Come on, real men don't, I didn't have any of that. So I guess my question to you guys is, what are your feelings on, men showing emotion? Should they be a rock and not showing emotions? Is it okay for men to cry? Or is it showing weakness that men have responsibility to be the rock and to stifle it, to shove their pain down deep? And you know what? I spent my whole life trying to shove the pain down deep, and that resulted in 25 years of drug abuse. So I'm not a big advocate of trying to shove the pain down. Might as well let it all out, man. But those are my thoughts. Let me know. Now in another context, say you break up with you say you're in a breakup. In that case, no. I don't think it's okay for a man to cry. I think, to be honest with you guys, I didn't think this out ahead of time. Say all of a sudden you weren't seeing this coming. You were dating a girl or your wife or whatever. You were married for 5 years. All of a sudden you're served with divorce papers, or if it's a girlfriend, she breaks up with you out of nowhere. In that case, I gotta say no, don't, do not cry. I wouldn't cry. I would just, it would be my personality to put that wall down and say, I don't need you anyway. There's a lot more fish out there, and I know that's a lie because I'd be feeling a lot of pain. But in that case, I wouldn't show emotion. And I wouldn't recommend that other guys show emotion. In that case, I think if a woman was considering breaking up with you, and she brought this up and you started crying, it would be a sure kick out the door. I believe that. I believe that, if a woman, if she told you she was considering breaking up with you, and you started crying, that would seal your fate. You would be shown the door. Why? Because it's a whole different scenario there. If you say, well, okay, that makes her question it. That makes her question her whole decision. Well, maybe he's a keeper. Maybe I'm lucky to have this guy. It's all about being the reacher or being the. This was from a episode of. Let me tell you about your mother. That show. Anyway, in that context, I would have to say, don't show any emotion. So I guess it's different scenarios. Say you're in pain. When I'm in pain, it's not. I don't have a tendency to cry. I don't know why. Pain. Maybe I'm so used to it. I've broken so many bones. I've been cut open, split open, and I don't really cry when I get hurt. It's more of a adrenaline rush, but I don't ever remember tearing up from pain. I don't know why. Let's see, what other times is there you tear up? I've almost teared up when seriously, this is kind of goofy, but hearing the national anthem sometimes or something like that can almost make me emotional. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That's I didn't think this out beforehand, but that's interesting. The loss of somebody, if you know, like me losing this person, I think it's part of grieving. I think honestly, I felt a little guilty, a little, I don't know. I feel like people were talking about me after I left. Like, geez, Daryl couldn't hold it together. You know, big baby, big crybaby. But in the other circumstance, if you broke up with a woman, I think it'd be a better idea to not show any emotion at all. Just some thoughts today. Let me know what you guys think. All right, I'll be back later definitely be back later with another video. You guys have a great Thursday.